KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. All new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, Fueling Excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Coming up on Guam's Primetime News, local authorities try to understand the recent surge of cocaine. We bring you a closer look into this illicit drug. Plus, two of our very own answer the call to duty. Guam Guard members head out to the Aloha State to offer assistance in the wake of the destructive volcano. And on again, off again, more on the potential meeting that could happen between the leader of North Korea and the United States. Half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. These are tonight's top stories, and we begin on a melancholy note as it has been a tragic Memorial Day weekend after a man that crashed his motorcycle in Agate on Sunday afternoon has passed away. The incident happened just before 3 p.m. along Route 2 by Chalan Lanchero. Police say the unidentified biker was driving south when he lost control, ran off the roadway, and crashed into a ditch. Now, the victim is believed to be in his early to mid-30s and was rushed to Naval Hospital in Iganya Heights, where he was pronounced dead. The crash caused traffic delays along the stretch of the Agate-Umatic Road. GPD is investigating with Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola, confirming an autopsy has been scheduled for Tuesday afternoon. Well, another island news headline tonight, the recent cocaine surge has law enforcement professionals doing their homework as officials are working with the feds to investigate multiple cases that has led to the local seizure of more than $1 million worth of cocaine just in the last month. Nick Delgado has more on this illicit drug.
Once at a downward trend, cocaine is making a comeback, including here in the territory.
Cocaine on our streets is something that's relatively new. We've known that it's been out there, but this spike.
The Drug Enforcement Administration's latest statistics published from 2016 show the drug going from a steady decline before rebounding. Cocaine availability and abuse showing the first signs of a possible increase nationwide since 2007. DEA's Edward Talbot recently spoke on the issue with the chief of police.
Wherever there are drugs, the DEA will be there, and we will be working with every local law enforcement agency that has a specific mission to combat that and to disrupt and dismantle these organizations that are distributing these drugs.
More than 35 pounds of cocaine recently confiscated on Guam is being analyzed by the DEA. More than a handful of people indicted on charges of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance.
Any organization that is pushing that type of weight is significant.
Federal authorities say the intense euphoria producing stimulant drug is known to be highly addicting. On the street, it's called coca, coke, crack, flake, snow, or soda caught. Drug agents familiar with the white crystalline powder that abusers either snort or inject into their system, the result a rush that could include restlessness, increased heart rate, and anxiety, followed by a feeling of mental and physical exhaustion. A period when users are experiencing a crash from the drug and even tend to crave more. But the DEA also notes overdose effects, users becoming agitated, their body temperature soaring, hallucinations, convulsions, effects that sometimes end deadly. While the feds say common areas the drug comes from include Bolivia, Peru, and Colombia, investigators are working to track down the source of the drugs that recently washed ashore on Guam and the cocaine that's been found elsewhere on the island.
The game has changed. We're now in a situation, drug dealer beware.
GPD and the DEA are asking anyone in the community with information about the recent cocaine surge to contact them immediately. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guahusi, Nick Delgado.
Nick, thank you much for that report. Well, the last of the Guam police officers detailed to help at the prison have now been sent back to their natural surroundings in the police precinct. The joint operation between the two agencies was done earlier this year as the government faced a financial crisis temporarily following the Trump tax reforms. GPD closed the Saganya precinct, shifting about 16 officers to DEPCOR in an effort to save money. DOC has been noticeable savings in the thousands after officers helped them to reduce overtime. DOE's plan is now to rehire former corrections officers who left the prison in good standing. They also now have 4 new recruits set to graduate in the coming month. Well, there are more prayers for victims being said as the Archdiocese of Agana is acknowledging the latest allegation of sexual abuse, naming Father Adrian Cristobal the former chancellor of the church. In a complaint filed by someone going only by the initials J.E., that person reports that he was sexually abused in the mid to late 1990s while serving as an altar boy at San Vicente Catholic Church in Barragata. The victim, much like dozens of others who allege abuse by clergy, have only filed their complaints using their initials in order to protect their privacy. Archbishop Michael Burns extends prayers to the person known as J.E. and his family, further assuring him that Father Adrian's facilities have been limited as a result of the multiple allegations he faces. Specifically, he is unable to celebrate Mass or hear confessions. Though church ordered to return to Guam immediately, there is still no word on his whereabouts. He must return to Guam by June 15th or sanctions will be imposed upon him. Well, it will be round 3 before Senators as the CLTC is scheduled to go for its third oversight hearing on Tuesday. The series of hearings come after KUAM uncovered an apparent land scam involving the agency's properties. The investigation found that land management staffers, family members, and others were being allowed to jump ahead on the waiting list for property. Applicants who have been waiting since applying in 1995 have expressed frustration during the first hearing, with CLTC commissioners also sharing their concern with efforts underway to correct the issue. The AG's office continues its investigation as it is expected to end up in court. The oversight hearing is at 5 p.m. downtown at the Congress building. Well, there is one thing you're going to want to take a look at as we have some footage of a fire that broke out over the weekend. This happened at Pacific Data Systems warehouse along Robot Street over in Mighty around 9 p.m. Saturday. The flames could be seen shooting high up into the air as firefighters were able to get it under control in about an hour and a half later. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, with the extent of damage unknown at this time. That fire remains under investigation. Well, as we reported on Facebook and got a lot of comments on that thread, you may want to look inside your pantry, as consumers may want to double check before opening another can of Spam. Hormel, based in Nebraska, is recalling more than 228,000 pounds of canned pork and chicken products that they say may be contaminated with pieces of metal. The USDA's Food and Safety Inspection Service announced the products were produced between February 8th and 10th. Consumers should watch out for 12-ounce metal cans of Spam Classic and 12-ounce Hormel Foods Black Label Luncheon Loaf that has a best-by date of February 2021. The items were shipped throughout the U.S. and Guam. The firm has received 4 complaints from people finding metal objects in the canned products. Officials say there have been reports of consumers suffering minor oral injuries after consuming. Well, of course, was Memorial Day today, but the mission never stops. In response to the eruption of Kilauea volcano on the Big Island in the state of Hawaii, Guam National Guardsmen have set out to provide support. Kiani Mendiola explains.
Lending a hand to our island neighbors. 2 members of the Guam National Guard set out on Monday to provide assistance to the Hawaii National Guard's 93rd CST in response to the eruption of the Kilauea volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. The team includes Staff Sergeant Brandon Santos at the Guam Air Guard and Sergeant John Leon Guerrero at the Guam Army Guard.
Right now, we have the 93rd there doing missions. Of course, after a while with the prolonged operations, there comes a time when you need to tap onto your additional resources.
Being a part of the 94th Civil Support Team, Santos and Leon Guerrero will be assessing the situation as well as providing assistance.
Our primary focus will be air quality monitoring. So again, some of the threats that exist with the volcano is toxic gases being released into the environment. So again, with the toxic gases, it comes a threat of it moving on with the wind shift to some of the population down there, and then when it affects the population, there's a threat that it can do harm and potentially be dangerous for the community out there.
It's a potentially dangerous mission for the Guam National Guard members as well. The 2 are planned to provide assistance for about a week, depending on the situation. And even if for a short while, Santos will be leaving behind his family.
They understand anytime you put on the uniform, you serve, they understand the things that are implied along with that as well.
But he understands the importance of the mission and helping our fellow islands.
Our biggest advantage is to make sure that we establish these relationships with our neighboring islands, with the different agencies, and the big thing is being prepared. You want to have that preparedness.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Kiani Mendiola.
Please stay tuned, everybody. There is much more coming up when Primetime returns.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy, to the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
It's a celebration at Cars Plus and Mighty. And during our Jeep Celebration event, you'll save thousands on every new Jeep in stock. Like a new 2018 Compass, save up to $3,750. Or save up to $4,000 on a new 2018 Cherokee. How about a new Renegade? Save up to $6,000. Plus, buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Hurry in for our Jeep Celebration event, going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
Hafide, everybody, and welcome back to Prime Time. The president of our country canceled the planned summit with Kim Jong-un last week over rhetoric coming out of North Korea. But as you'll learn in this next report, now momentum appears to be building towards the possible rescheduling of that meeting.
South Korean President Moon Jae-in had a surprise visit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un along the demilitarized zone Saturday. The two discussed ways to make a summit between Kim and President Trump happen. President Moon has been working to keep the U.S. and North Korea talking. He met with President Trump Tuesday, prior to the president's decision to cancel the summit. President Trump called off the summit Thursday, citing open hostility from North Korea, but Friday sounded open to going through with it.
We'll see what happens. It could even be the 12th. We're talking to them now. They very much want to do it. We'd like to do it.
The White House says even though the summit was officially canceled, it will work to be ready if a meeting does happen.
We're always going to be prepared, and if the meeting takes place on June 12th, we'll be ready. If it takes place on July 12th, we'll be ready.
The White House is sending an advance team to Singapore Sunday to work on summit logistics. This morning, President Trump criticized a New York Times report suggesting a June 12th meeting would be impossible because of the lack of time to prepare, tweeting, "Wrong again." But CBS News was part of a briefing where a senior White House official said there's really not a lot of time left to prepare.
In other news tonight, a cruise ship industry on Guam could be taking shape. The Guam Visitors Bureau will be gathering data as they have plans to design specifications for the territory to become a cruise destination. GVB released a request for information to determine public interest in the project as they've partnered with the Micronesia Cruise Association, engaging the Pacific Asia Travel Association to form a task force with which to investigate the potential of a home-ported cruise line and launching a viable cruise tourism industry. They have done extensive research and analysis over the last decade, with the discussion recently focused on the home porting concept. GVB's expectation In the RFI, we'll open a dialogue with relevant stakeholders to realize the extent of solutions currently available and determine if a cruise ship industry could be developed on Guam. Also tonight, Guam made a mark in Russia recently after taking home the Best Booth Design Award at Russia's 22nd Pacific International Tourism Expo. Now, the event unites Russia's tourism businesses with multiple foreign countries, including industry professionals and potential travelers. An estimated 7,000 people attended, with Guam participating in the event since the implementation of the Russian visa waiver program beginning in the year 2012. Well, in honor of Nurses Month, the Department of Education hosted its 6th annual Nurses Conference. The conference covered topics ranging from body mass index updates to the school-based HPV immunization program. Even with classes ending a day before the conference, DOE nursing admin Julietta Kineni says it's important for nurses to stay sharp and to prepare for the next school year. Here is more on the people that take care of us when we are in class.
As a doctor, you will never know everything, so this is a great opportunity to practice our skills again, and as I said, prepare for the new school year.
It's also meant to update practices. With all that has happened with the recent school year, gun violence in school has been a big issue. Nurses received education on stopping the bleed in regards to hemorrhage control. On another note, DOE nurses also solidified their support for Bill 224, an act authorizing delegation of student health services to school employees under specific circumstances.
Any given day, we can have multiple emergencies, and we want to ensure if any emergency happens at school that we have more than just the nurse capable, trained, and skilled to handle that emergency.
Each public school has one nurse to a ratio of 100 students. Well, it's a first for Guam as the Guam Girl Scouts, the District Court of Guam, the court system, and the Guam Bar Association work to create the Justice Patch program. An unveiling ceremony for the patch designs was held in Agana Heights on Saturday, with officials working on finalizing the effort so scouts can earn their Justice Patch. Additionally, the courts held their Jump for Justice event, which promoted a fun and healthy way for the youngsters to get active. The jump rope competition is in celebration of Law Week. While keeping the memory of 2016's Festival of the Pacific Arts alive, GVB donated Manny Crisostomo's very popular Journey to the Heart photo books to DOE. The book was made so that students can remember their participation in the historical cultural event. Here's JFK Chamorro teacher BJ Terlahi.
If our language doesn't exist, then our culture will never exist. And so this is one of many resources, a handful, but that's by our own people.
The book will be available for students at school libraries, with officials looking forward to attending the 2020 Festpac, which happens in Hawaii. Well, the community took time out to remember the lives of those lost who fought to defend our freedom and liberties. A Memorial Day ceremony was held at Veterans Cemetery over in Pidi, with families placing flowers on the grave sites of their most lost loved ones.
Necessary to protect this country. His story and all those before him share in that tragedy underscores the debt of gratitude we owe our men and women in uniform, and in particular their families.
More than 2 million brave souls have laid their lives down in defense of our nation's freedom. We honor their sacrifices and those who also continue to fight to ensure future generations live freely. Well, it was a remarkable effort put on by the National Park Service once again on Memorial Day weekend, with officials and volunteers spending Saturday morning placing the U.S. and Guam flags throughout the Assen Beach Park. The display is also to honor the lives of our service members who made the ultimate sacrifice. Volunteers are now needed to remove flags from the park. They start taking them down at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And also today, downtown, more of the island's public servants did good in our community as local firefighters helped serve a hearty luncheon for Stop World Hunger Day at Kusinin Kamalin Caridad in Hagatnya. The food was provided by $1,000 raised right out of the firefighters' pockets after rookie Nick Garrido suggested to his company that they should take up a collection and then feed the needy. It's a fantastic job by some more of our island's real-life heroes, and thank you, Nick and the firefighters, for sharing their story with us. Please stay tuned, everybody. The Night in Island Sports is right after the break.
smartphone super sale event. Enjoy huge savings on our most popular Samsung Galaxy smartphones. But this offer won't last long. So drop into a GTA store today.
In this divided world, there are still things that unite us. Great music, thrilling games, and the love for that perfect burger. Ruby Tuesday Guam, for the love of burgers menu. For a limited time, get an amazing burger for just $11.99. Lunchtime at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Beat the increase at Triple J. Buy now before the sales tax starts. 0 down, 1.9% financing, and easy trade-in. Now is the time to buy. Get into a 2018 Mazda CX-5 at our lowest price yet, only $19,995. Or our big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $298 per paycheck. Or the North American Car of the Year, the 2018 Honda Accord at only $206 per paycheck. Beat the increase and buy now at Triple J. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Take heed. Taco Bell's Naked Chicken Chalupa Menace is back, along with a spicy new wilder version, a.k.a. the Hot Daddy-O, a.k.a. the Flaming Phoenix, a.k.a. the Spicy Chicky Choop Choop. At least, that's what the youths call them.
I have literally never said Spicy Chicky Choop Choop before.
You just did, Jerry. You just did. So when it comes to Taco Bell's mild or wild Naked Chicken Chalupas, heed my advice and say no to spice.
Brought to you by the Council for Eating Fried Chicken the same way you always have, and not Taco Bell.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. The Nissan Guam Amateur Championships is around the corner. I'll get to some news on that in just a bit. But first off, some basketball for you. Check it out. Basketball coach Jimmy Yee will be holding a summer basketball clinic at the FD Phoenix Center June 4th through the 29th. Yee has coached high school basketball for many years and has also coached with the junior national program. Athletes ages 15 to 18 years old are encouraged to come out. The fee is $300 per player. First 40 to register get a free jersey, and all players will receive a T-shirt. U15 and U16 players will hit the court from 8 to 10 in the morning. U17 and U18 players are scheduled from 10 to 12 in the afternoon. Ballers will also be able to participate in a FIBA-sanctioned 3-on-3 tournament. For more info, email theyeeimpact@gmail.com or call Coach Jimmy at 685-5996. 10% of all proceeds will go towards the Tony Thompson Scholarship Fund. The 2018 Nissan Guam Amateur Golf Championship is scheduled for June 9th and 10th at the Leo Palace Golf Resort. Guam's top amateur golfers will hit the links in the Stroke Play Tournament, which is held annually to determine the 2018 champion of both men and ladies division. Men will tee off from the blue tees, while the ladies will tee off from the silver tees, and USGA rules apply, said Carlos Salas, Guam National Golf Team Director. This year's Nissan Championship The tournament committee has added a one-day modified Callaway event, which will be played on Sunday, June 10th for other players. There will be great prizes and trophies to be awarded to individual low-net and low-gross players. For entry forms or for more information, contact Roxy Solis at 689-7691 or email her at gnggf.secretarygeneral@gmail.com. That's it for sports. We're back right after this.
Ooh, what do we have here? Tender morsels of deliciousness. Wait, back that up. I see you, your little golden brown temptresses, and oh, all that juicy goodness. Wait, is that a new sauce? Where are my car keys? I'm on my way, Mickey D's.
Introducing McDonald's new Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and breaded to perfection. Hurry in and get 4 for you or 10 to share.
That's right, my tender game just got an upgrade. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's back, the smartphone super sale event. Enjoy huge savings on our most popular Samsung Galaxy smartphones. But this offer won't last long. So drop into a GTA store today.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Our mighty SUV mega sale is going on now at Cars Plus, and you're going to save big with cash back on every purchase. Get to Cars Plus and shop our great selection of Hyundai Santa Fe's, Tucsons, and the all-new Kona, Guam's most affordable SUV. Or our full line of Jeeps, like a new Jeep Renegade, save $6,000, or a new Jeep Cherokee, save $4,500 with rates as low as 1.99% APR for qualified buyers. It's Cars Plus, mighty SUV mega sale. Cars Plus, driven by you.
In this divided world, there are still things that unite us. Great music, thrilling games, and the love for that perfect burger. Ruby Tuesday Guam, for the love of burgers menu. For a limited time, get an amazing burger for just $11.99. Lunchtime at Ruby Tuesday Guam.
Now, you might be thinking, because today technically was a holiday, we take off for the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. No way. We make people happy every day we can, and every time we do a newscast. Here are tonight's birthday recipients. Happiest of birthday wishes on this May 28th to some very special Guamanians. Leonora Cruz Santos leads off our birthday babies. Happy birthday to you from KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery. Nora Lingao. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a extended birthday wish. Chris Santos has a birthday today, so Chris, hope you had a wonderful day. And happy birthday to KUAM's very own island girl. This is Auntie Helen Uggan. Happy birthday, Auntie. Also, happy belated birthday wishes going to Kit Matanani. Happy birthday to a sweet and loving sis, auntie, mom, grandma, and friend. God bless you always, coming from your family and friends. All right, now I know what you're saying. What happened in Agate this weekend? It was the Mango Festival. Well, we were down there. We brought our cameras, and we got an awesome montage. So here are some of the sights and sounds from the latest Mango Festival.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Closed cap.
everybody. I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani, and welcome to our very first Cocktails and Convos. We are toasting and boasting about life and our experiences of living on our beautiful island of Guam. And what a better way to kick off the show with Mother's Day around the corner to talk with working moms. I know it's a hard thing to do. We have our 9-to-5 jobs, and then we go home to our real jobs, which is 24/7. So with me sharing cocktails and convos, all the way down to my right, is Chris Lujan. She is the Vice President of Marketing at Triple J. And her sister, Marilyn Borja, she is the Vice President of Sales at Docomo Pacific. Also with us is owner of Boca Box and also the Director of Marketing at IT&E, La Rosario. And her sister-in-law is with us. It is Judy Rosario. She is the part owner of Synergy Studios and Government Sales Manager at Docomo Pacific as well. We have her sister, in case you couldn't recognize the fact that they are twins, is Jessica Leon Guerrero. She is the brand manager of Island Wines and Spirits. Cheers, ladies. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you for joining me. Let's get right to it. Well, let me have a sip first. All right, so how do you guys balance everything? I know, like I was saying earlier, it is so hard. You know, we have to do our 9-to-5, and sometimes, like for me, I'm 24/7. So I also have my son, who's 8 years old, and my daughter, who's 21. And it really is a hard thing to do, to maintain your household and run a business. And so let's just go down the line and tell me your secrets on how you balance it at home. Chris,
okay,
starting
so
with you,
start
Chris.
with me. Okay, I will be honest, I still don't have it together. But you know, God knew I could only handle one child, so I have an adult now. She's 19, but I'm going to say it's practice, you know. I was in my early 20s when I got into marketing and sales, and so it was a lot of practice. And then as I got older, it became my husband and his patience and helping me balance all of that. So I guess to answer your question, I think having a good partner really helps.
Right, yeah, there really is no plan.
Yeah.
Marilyn?
I can hardly balance. I have 4 kids, so probably more than all of these guys together. So I have 4 kids, but I think when you have 4 and you have that many, it's about giving them jobs. So my kids help me keep it together. So they're actually part of that balance. And you know, some days it's going to be a lot of work that day, and some days it's going to have to be my family. So I think it's not necessarily finding the equal balance between work and kids. It's just about every day doing what you need to do, and some days it's going to be more. So whatever's on my plate, I guess. So I don't know if that's the answer, but I think that's how I've done it.
There is no right.
Yeah.
I just want a notebook so I can take notes of what you guys are saying, because I don't know yet.